anything to step away. I know we could both do better. Wish you would've left me here. Now I'm just controlled by fear. What's the point in our reflection if you never look in the mirror? Counting the days until you're gone, waiting for us to carry on. Oh, I'm running, what am I running from? Time's going by, but where's the time going? I tried to give you everything, you took it all and took it for granted. If you're still falling out of love, maybe it's 'cause it's not enough. Setting fire to my brain, wondering how I'm to blame. You're the one who doesn't dream, so why are you always sleeping? I remember when you said you're afraid of what's ahead. What happened to ride or die? I asked and you just start crying. How are you acting so surprised? Haven't you seen it in my eyes? Oh, I'm running, what am I running from? Time's going by, but where's the time going? I tried to give you everything, you took it all and took it for granted. If you're still falling out of love, maybe it's 'cause I'm not enough.
If you shop at Walmart, you get it. You eat better by cooking with fresh, affordable ingredients. And you shop smarter by ordering them online for pickup or delivery, so you can get healthy food choices for less, whenever and wherever you need them. Walmart. Save money, live better. Click to shop now.
Look at all you've gone through, all the crazy and the bittersweet too. All the while your heart's on fire, keeping on to your own desire. Look at all you've endured, heartaches that have crushed your worth. All the while your mind's at war, you keep coming back for more. Why do you keep coming back for more? Why do you keep coming back for more? Why do you keep coming back for more?
Hello, everybody. We're going to start a little bit early today. How about that? We'll start a couple minutes early. Thank you guys for joining the live stream here this evening. Definitely was not expecting to do a live stream, but I did want to pass along the information to you guys. Yeah, we definitely have kind of a volatile situation developing with regards to flash flooding more than severe weather here. So that's kind of the details I did want to pass along in this live stream. We'll be going here for a little while this evening, so if you guys don't mind, definitely press the like button and subscribe down below, guys. Thank you all. Again, another appreciation to all you guys out there. Thank you all for liking my video here this morning and all the videos in the past, as well as all of the new and old subscribers out there. Thank you very much for subscribing. Again, we hit our milestone of 450 the other day, and we're up to 455 now. So again, guys, I could not thank you guys enough. I very much appreciate my audience very much as well. So if you guys have not pressed the subscribe button or liked it, definitely do so. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough and definitely appreciate it. So that's kind of just an appreciation to you guys yet again. I know I did an appreciation in my video this morning. Again, I cannot thank you, and I can thank you endlessly for all your guys' awesome work out there as well. Well, thanks for joining here this evening. We're looking right now at the Storm Prediction Center's kind of outlook. We'll look at the severe weather potential and then dive deep here into the flash flooding potential, as this is actually becoming a little bit more concerning, and that's why I did do this live stream this evening. And if you guys don't know, we will be doing Weather Wednesdays tomorrow. Do stay tuned. 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I put it out on my Twitter page. You guys can follow me on Twitter. The Twitter handle is down below in the subscription. Or down below in the description. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, the description is down below. So definitely do so, as I will be posting more kind of, updates to that as it gets closer as well. Again, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You guys don't want to miss it. We have Weather Wednesdays tomorrow. Bring your questions. I have all your answers, guys. You bring all your questions about, weather updates, kind of weather, storm reports, all that stuff, guys. And I got the information for you guys. So it'll be a fun little live stream tomorrow afternoon. Again, 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and we'll try to go till about 6 or 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, so that'll be a lot of fun. So do stay tuned for that. Again, 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time. But guys, thank you for joining this evening. Right now, you're looking at the Day 1 Storm Prediction Center's outlook. They did come out at 8 o'clock here this evening. This is a marginal risk across southeastern and eastern Colorado, much of western and northwestern Kansas, and eastern portions there of Nebraska, as well as extreme western portions there of Iowa. This is kind of some isolated, stronger storms that can fire up across the evening hours here as we get towards the midnight time frame with some of these storms as well. And I did want to pass along to you guys, if you guys did not know and you were unaware, and I actually was unaware for quite a while, we actually had multiple tornado touchdowns here with the same system here across portions of eastern Colorado today. A lot of tornado reports. I haven't officially gone through those yet, but yeah, we're seeing a lot of reports coming in here. The Storm Prediction Center's website, you guys can also go to that. It's spc.gov. It's Storm Prediction Center's website there. They have storm reports in there as well. There's a lot of tornado reports today here, kind of unexpected, so that was pretty interesting as well. Hey Neil, how you doing? Howdy. Hopefully you guys are having a great Tuesday. It's hard to believe it's already Tuesday already, and it's hard to believe, guys, we're only 5 months away, less than 5 months away from Christmas time already. Time just has been flying lately as well. Forecaster Mia says, hello. Well, I like your, is that your new name? Did you change your name on YouTube? If you did, it's pretty cool. I like it. Appreciate it. That's pretty awesome. Again, guys, if you guys have not subscribed or liked the live stream down below, all 15 of you guys watching right now, please press that like button down below. It definitely helps more and more people, get onto the live stream here, as we're going to be going for a little while here this evening. We will be dissecting the risks over that flash flooding threat, because we are really dealing with the potential for significant, potentially life-threatening flash flooding as we go here through the week as well. That marginal risk continues here as we head through the evening hours. Again, less than 2% chance of tornadoes, mainly kind of a damaging wind and hail threat here with any storms that do pop up across eastern Colorado, much of northwestern Kansas, and into eastern Nebraska. Now, looking ahead here to tomorrow, the Storm Prediction Center has a couple areas highlighted here, kind of broad brushing this area, areas with marginal risk for severe weather. You got the Mid-Atlantic getting back toward the Tennessee Valley, Ohio Valley there, and into portions of the Missouri Ozarks, northern Arkansas, downstate Illinois, all these areas here impacted by that marginal risk as we head here into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening particularly. And then another marginal risk across southeastern Wyoming, northeastern Colorado, northwest Kansas, and much of west central portions of Nebraska. Again, if there is an upgrade, I think it'll be across this easternmost marginal risk, and this could be, an upgrade to a slight risk tomorrow as it gets closer. We'll have to wait and see. We do have a tornado potential again tomorrow. You did see what happened today. If you guys were well aware, we had multiple tornado touchdowns, a couple weak tornadoes potentially across portions there of eastern Colorado. I know the National Weather Services will be kind of surveying the damage tomorrow as the light comes up, and they'll start to survey the damage when the sun does come up tomorrow. But yeah, 2% chance of tornadoes across northeastern Colorado, northwestern Kansas, as well as southwestern portions of Nebraska as we head into tomorrow afternoon. We also have the wind threat in both those areas here, as well as that hail threat here, mainly confined to portions of the Ohio Valley and getting down towards the downstate Illinois and the Missouri Ozarks as well. That'll be as we head into tomorrow afternoon, guys. As we move into day 3, though, I promise you guys it's a different outlook, but it looks rather similar here. We do still have a marginal risk across the Missouri Ozarks, northern Arkansas, northern portions there of Tennessee, including near the Nashville area, and then the entire state of Kentucky, downstate Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, as well as western West Virginia, so the Charleston, West Virginia area, Lexington, Kentucky, the Louisville area, Evansville, Indiana, Paducah, Kentucky, Carbondale, Illinois, you name it, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Those are all the areas impacted as we kind of move into your move into your Thursday, again, across the Ohio River Valley, getting down toward the Tennessee River Valley and the Missouri Ozarks as well. Corey says, hey, everybody. Hello, Corey. Hope you're having a great evening out there, as well as everybody else, from Neil to Mia, as well as Corey. Robert says hi from southern West Virginia. Well, hello, Robert. You definitely want to stay tuned here to the live stream because we will be talking flash flooding here and the potential for that as we move through the week, guys. Robert Walls also says power outages southwestern part of West Virginia near the Kentucky border. Well, okay. Thank you for letting me know. Definitely much appreciated. Yeah, there's a lot of power outages. And if you could tell me, is that from severe weather or is that from flash flooding already? Let me know here in the chat. Definitely would be much appreciated. Guys, if you guys have not pressed the like button here down below, definitely press it. We only got 6 likes down there, guys. The more people that press the like button, the more this gets out to people, and I definitely want that because we actually do have some serious issues to get through here with some flash flooding this week, and this could mean life-threatening weather here as well. So that we need more likes here in the live stream, guys, so we can get this across to more and more people. That is for sure. As well as subscribe to the YouTube channel, definitely helps out as well. So without further ado, let's kind of get into what we can expect with the, flash flooding potential here. Over the next couple of days, we're really going to start to see heavy rain here as we kind of go in towards that, tonight's time frame here. You can see, if you guys can see on the map here, this is the Weather Prediction Center's page. This is their forecast for heavy rainfall, and yeah, you can expect in those blue shaded areas across portions of West Virginia, particularly around the Charleston, West Virginia area, getting into much of Kentucky, much of middle and eastern Tennessee, as well as back towards portions there of downstate Indiana and central Missouri. Yeah, we could be talking about some rainfall amounts that could be approaching or exceeding 3/4 of an inch, if not an inch of rainfall across those areas. It would also be silly to not kind of, talk about the monsoonal weather as well. We still got some, decent beneficial monsoonal weather here with some rainfall across the desert Southwest, Arizona, portions of New Mexico, getting back here into southern Colorado, southern Utah. Yeah, we're talking about some nice rainfall down there as well here with some tropical moisture moving up off here, the western Mexican coast here along western Mexico. And that just continues with that kind of atmospheric river across those areas as well. And another feature we're watching is an upper level trough across portions of the southern and southeastern Canadian prairies, moving across northeastern Manitoba and northwestern Ontario. That is also sending a strong cold front through portions of the Midwest here and the Great Lakes. And you can see from portions up there of the UP of Michigan, Wisconsin, and back towards Iowa and perhaps even Nebraska. Yeah, we're talking about kind of some lower end rain showers here. The heaviest rains will be up into portions of central Ontario as well as the UP of Michigan and over Lake Superior. Some of these areas could be talking about rainfall amounts of up to around, on average, around 1/2 an inch in those areas and portions there of Ontario and the UP of Michigan. Let's see here what's happening in the live chat. Severe weather, almost up to 2 inches of rain so far. Wow, okay, so that's pretty impressive. And yeah, Robert, you definitely have a lot more rain coming your way, so definitely stay tuned to the live stream, guys. Yeah, we're talking flash flooding, guys. This is the rainfall amounts here as we go through tonight. Looking at the day here as we head towards later on tomorrow into your Friday time frame. Look at this, guys. Or sorry, into the Thursday time frame. Look at this, guys, here. This is mainly for your Thursday across the Ohio Valley here. The same areas virtually under that threat for an inch plus rainfall here, 1 to 3 inches, locally more as we go across portions of downstate Illinois, Indiana, through much of Kentucky, and again, portions there of West Virginia. So again, this is a very interesting weather setup here. We got a stationary boundary as well. As I kind of take this off and kind of show you where the frontal boundaries will be as we head here into the day tomorrow during your Wednesday. We got a stationary boundary kind of setting up across the Ozarks, getting back here into the Ohio Valley. That will be the driving force for lift across portions there of those areas, and that's where we're going to see that potential for some flash flooding. Now, as we go into Thursday, the same thing holds true into Thursday as well. We got kind of a cold frontal boundary that'll kind of kick this front a little bit farther south as we move here into the day on Thursday, but really all in all, we're still going to be seeing some heavy rainfall potential from the monsoon areas across the Four Corners, the Front Range of the Rockies, with some upslope potential enhancement with some kind of rainfall. You get more lift along the Rockies there sometimes, and you can have some enhancement to some of these rainfall totals. And also off to the east across portions of Kentucky here in West Virginia, we could be talking about some heavy flash flooding rains as we kind of move into that Thursday time frame here as well, with an additional 1 to 3 inches worth of rain. As we go into Friday, the same thing holds true. We'll start to kick this front a little farther south, and actually on Friday, the hope is for some heavier rains, some moderate to steady heavy rains to kind of overspread portions there of southern and central portions of the plains from Kansas down into north central Oklahoma. Hopefully some of those areas get some beneficial rains. We just don't need all the rainfall all at once. That looks to set up across the Oklahoma City metro on northward towards portions of Wichita, Kansas, as we kind of move in towards that Friday time frame. And even as we get into the weekend, guys, we have a stationary boundary right along the Red River there in Oklahoma and Texas, and on up here towards portions of the Mid-South. Again, bringing that heavy rainfall across portions of Arkansas, the Little Rock area, getting back through the Tennessee Valley, and even down toward the Carolinas as we head into the weekend. A lot of high pressure building into the north. Again, that's what we'll be watching as we head towards that time frame as well. So putting it all together, guys, through the next 7 days, look at your find your spot on the map, guys. This is how much rainfall we can be expecting. Look at all the beneficial rainfall here for Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, even portions of the Texas Panhandle and even Oklahoma Panhandle into northeastern Oklahoma, guys. Look at that. Portions of western Kansas and southeastern Colorado in the red shaded areas, that's at least 3 inches of rainfall that could be falling over the next 7 days. So that is very good news considering they're under a severe and even some areas in an extreme drought down that way as well. So that is something to watch as well. Christian, what's up? Yeah, hope you're having a great Tuesday evening. Just kind of doing an update for you guys for a little while here, doing kind of a flash flooding update to kind of get your bearings on what you can expect over the next few days. Again, I will still have a forecast video for you guys in the morning, so do not worry on that. I will have another forecast video. I don't want to steal the thunder on the forecast video here in this live stream, but I definitely wanted to pass along the information that, yeah, we're going to be talking about potentially life-threatening flash flooding here as we move through the week and into the upcoming weekend. And if you guys did not see the pictures here online from St. Louis area, they actually had some pretty intense flooding here over the last day or so on Sunday and Monday across the St. Louis area. Some cars actually submerged in the water there in downtown portions of St. Louis, some of the metropolitan areas. So that was very interesting to see as well. And again, that was very dangerous. That is for sure. Robert says all this rain will cause major power outages, trees falling on power lines. Yeah, and that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Robert, is that when you see so much rainfall day after day after day in some of these areas, like you see here, oranges, showing up in Kentucky, West Virginia, eastern Tennessee. I think that's the bullseye from Knoxville to Knoxville, Tennessee, up through, portions there of far western Virginia, getting into Charleston, West Virginia, and then into east central Kentucky. I think those areas are kind of being in line for the heaviest rainfall as it appears to be now. With some of these areas actually experiencing over the next 7 days upwards of 6 inches of rain, guys. Some of these localized areas here where I just mentioned from Charleston, West Virginia, down through Knoxville, Tennessee, and eastern and middle portions there of Kentucky. Yeah, we could be talking about some rainfall amounts approaching or exceeding 8 inches in some of these areas. But you notice we're not seeing much rainfall along the immediate Gulf Coast in southern Georgia or much of Texas, unfortunately, or southeastern New Mexico. And that's just ongoing with that ridge that just continues to dominate across those areas here through the next several days. So unfortunately for much of central and southern Texas, not much in the way in the precipitation department. But we'll definitely continue to watch this as well. Again, northern plains on west toward the Pacific Northwest over the next 7 days. We're not really talking about too much either in the rainfall department there as well. Christian says there were reports of a tornado on the ground. Yeah, there were several reports. We did get through that here earlier on in the live stream just a few minutes ago. Yeah, there were several tornado reports here across eastern Colorado earlier on. Now, for my opinion anyway, I would not consider that a tornado outbreak just due to the fact that that was the same thunderstorm virtually producing those tornadoes, kind of cycling in and out. Although honestly, to myself, I really think a tornado outbreak is more of just one storm versus, is more of actually more than one storm rather than just one storm kind of producing tornadoes. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Again, I don't write the rule book or anything like that, so I can't give you an official reading on that, but that's just my opinion anyway. I don't really think a one thunderstorm or two thunderstorms should be considered tornado outbreak if you're just having multiple tornadoes cycling off that same storm. So just kind of my opinion on that. But again, yeah, pretty dangerous day across eastern Colorado. Hope everybody stays safe. And everybody joining the live stream this evening, definitely appreciate everybody liking it as well. We're over 10 likes now, guys. Thank you. And again, everybody who has subscribed to the YouTube channel, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. Again, if you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, guys, all you got to do is press the subscribe button one time, and you definitely get awesome weather content here with daily forecast videos in the morning here on my YouTube channel, and also the Twitter handle is below. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter and see what I'm talking about on Twitter with this flash flooding potential and additional weather information, the description, the Twitter handle is down in the description below. So definitely go follow that on the Twitter page, and then come back here to the live stream. Definitely much appreciated. So that's kind of what we're looking at over the next 7 days here, guys. Looking at the radar right now, we're not seeing any warnings. Surprisingly, a very quiet evening across much of the United States. I know a few days ago we were talking about several severe thunderstorm warnings, several tornado warnings, even some flash flood warnings, lots of kind of complexes of storms moving through. And it's not to say we're not going to have any complexes of storms moving through tonight. It's just the severity of them are not going to be nearly as intense as what we saw just a few nights ago. So that is some good news to say the least here as well. We do have some kind of rainfall here. I'll put the lightning tracker on as well to kind of show you where we have some lightning out there. Again, there is some lightning south of Omaha and east of Lincoln here in Nebraska. Mainly just some stratiform, light to moderate steady rainfall across some of these areas right now. Again, this will continue here through the next several hours as we have another kind of complex of storms that will kind of evolve out of this as we head into the overnight hours. Tamantha says, hi from a very wet Kentucky. Yeah, it's been very wet down there, guys. I definitely agree with you guys. Yeah, Kentucky has been just drenched. Right now, actually, some surprisingly getting a break, except for some areas in eastern Kentucky, maybe getting just south of Moorhead, south of I-64 there. Maybe seeing some rainfall in eastern Kentucky, but other than that, getting a break for now. But don't hope on the break because it's going to be getting wet once again as we head into tomorrow and much of the week with some flash flooding potential as well. Megan says, how severe is the one I'm inside of right now in St. George, Utah? Well, we have no severe thunderstorm warnings active in the contiguous United States right now, so that's some good news. St. George, Utah, you guys are seeing just some general heavy rainfall, some heavy thunderstorms. I don't think, let me look here. There are no special weather statements for severe thunderstorms or any strong thunderstorms or anything like that for the St. George area. However, to your north and east into south central portions of Utah, near the Hanksville area, there is a special weather statement for wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. So getting very close to that severe criteria, and that's kind of what we're watching right now. This is actually moving here to the southwest, so it's kind of moving in a weird direction, crawling southwest, should I say, at 10 miles per hour. This goes in effect till 9:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. This is a special weather statement for a strong thunderstorm impacting portions of north central Garfield and south central Wayne counties here in southeastern Utah. Again, wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Could knock out some tree, power and blow unsecure objects around here. And maybe some smaller tree limbs could be broken as well with the 50 mile per hour wind gusts here. This includes highways here in Utah, Route 24 between mile markers 106 and 112, and Utah Route 95 between mile markers 5 and 7, mainly over some open areas. So that's just kind of what we're watching. Again, if this strengthens, we'll let you know. Again, that could strengthen here to severe thunderstorm warning if that's the case. Now, I did want to also talk about the heat too, guys, because since it's quiet across the U.S. here for the most part, we do have some storms, kind of a complex of storms moving across Minneapolis, St. Paul, and just south of there right now. Not severe, and there's also no real, special weather statement. So just some general garden variety thunderstorms up there. But actually, why did I get rid of that? Keeping the kind of the alerts up here, guys. Yeah, look at all of this right now. Look at all the colors across the Pacific Northwest. These pinks and purples, that is excessive heat warnings. And the oranges here are the tan colors. That is a heat advisory. And even in the maroon reds, those are excessive heat watches across portions of the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, we'll be sweating it out here across these areas over the next several days. And even down to the south across portions of eastern Oklahoma, western portions of Arkansas, excessive heat warnings for the Tulsa area, getting to the east side here of the Oklahoma City metro, and then towards the Fort Smith, Arkansas area here as well. Definitely seeing some potential for some, record heat down there as well. The entire state of Arkansas is under a heat advisory, as well as northern portions of Louisiana, western Mississippi, western Tennessee, much of northeast Texas, including the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Sherman, Texas, just east of Wichita Falls, the Texarkana area, Tyler, Texas, Shreveport, Louisiana, you name it, guys. We got a lot of heat across the south, and that will continue over the next few days as well. Robert says, I subscribe. Well, thank you very much, Robert. Definitely much appreciated. Again, you helped out. We are up to 456 subscribers now, guys. We only need just a little under 50 to get to that 500 mark. We've been really, really wanting here, guys. So if you guys could really help out in trying to get to that 500 mark, it'd be very much appreciated. Again, I do daily weather forecast videos for you guys. And again, I did an awesome video. I know it was a longer video yesterday. I do apologize. I just really wanted to break down the weather pattern for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and definitely appreciate all you guys tuning in and liking the video as well. So that's kind of a little bit of the heat out there. Again, if you guys are just joining or have been in the live stream, definitely press the like button down below. It's a thumbs up button, and subscribe. Again, it means so much to me, and it definitely helps out the YouTube algorithm and getting all of this out to people, because we are talking about that flash flooding threat as well. So looking at the HRRR model across the Midwest here, guys, we got the complex of storms I was talking about south of Minneapolis, St. Paul. Let's see and kind of track this and what the models are showing here, what this will be doing over the next few hours. And you can see here over the next few hours, this will kind of move to the southeast and kind of dissipate a little bit as we really start to lose that instability for the general thunderstorms, maybe even a couple strong storms across this environment. The lapse rates, what I was talking to you about a long time ago here, guys, just kind of cooler as you go up into the atmosphere. The temperatures naturally cool as you go up anyway, but the faster they cool off, the stronger the instability could be here, and that's kind of what could support some hail. And we're not really seeing that across the upper Midwest today, so kind of just some garden variety type thunderstorms is what I'm thinking. And again, those look to fall apart. But what I'm really interested in is across portions just near and south of Kansas City into central portions of Missouri here, southeastern and southern portions of Kansas. Watch this kind of arcing band of precipitation just move over the same areas, and this includes the St. Louis metro area, the area that just got hit with some catastrophic flash flooding just a day or so ago. And yes, more of the same, just more heavy rainfall across these areas is going to be unleashed as we even move in towards that Wednesday morning time frame. And it's not just limited to St. Louis, guys. We're talking about Springfield, Missouri, the Ozarks here back into southeastern Kansas, and then eventually this will spread eastward toward the Ohio Valley across some of these areas that definitely do not need much more rain with that flash flood guidance here, under probably 2 inches of rainfall before you start to see more of, flash flooding deals here across some of these areas. I also did want to mention here kind of the Weather Prediction Center's kind of flash flooding outlook here. They have upgraded here portions there of southern West Virginia, including the Charleston, West Virginia area, eastern Kentucky, as well as far western Virginia, to a moderate risk for flash flooding, which is at least a 40 to even 50% chance here of flash flooding. That's pretty uncommon. They do not issue moderate risks for flash flooding very often here, and so this is something we'll definitely have to keep an eye on here. We even have that slight risk for flash flooding across the monsoon areas, getting into the front range of the Rockies there toward Denver, and even that slight risk for flash flooding across the St. Louis area. But as we move into the day tomorrow, look at how that moderate risk really starts to expand across portions of West Virginia and then eastern and southeastern Kentucky, guys, and even that slight risk starts to expand west southwestward toward the Music City here in Nashville, Knoxville, Tennessee, towards Paducah, Carbondale, getting back into the Cape Girardeau area here into Missouri, and even in the Evansville, Indiana area, and then that large slight risk zone of flash flooding across portions there of Arizona, New Mexico, southern Colorado, and southern Utah as we move into the day tomorrow. And then I'm really, really concerned as we really accumulate all these days of potentials for heavy rainfall moving over the same areas. I think the big day for flash flooding looks to be Thursday. We have that long area of moderate risk from western and southern West Virginia, getting all the way through virtually almost the entire state of Kentucky, guys. That is really rare for a moderate risk of flash flooding to be that expansive here. And even a slight risk for flash flooding all the way down toward the Little Rock area, the Jonesboro, Arkansas area, as well as southern portions of Missouri, northeastern Oklahoma, southeastern Kansas, and then that moderate risk also for southeastern Colorado as we move into that Thursday timeframe as well, with that larger slight risk kind of surrounding into western Kansas, the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles, northeastern New Mexico, as well as central and eastern portions of Colorado as well. Not to mention a marginal risk for flash flooding across the I-95 corridor, all the way back toward Washington, D.C., Virginia, western portions of the Carolinas there, and then getting back again into Arizona and Utah. So just a large area, guys, of some flash flooding. And it doesn't stop there, guys. Look at that, another moderate risk as we head into day 4. This is Friday into Saturday morning across southwestern Kansas, southeastern portions there of Colorado. And again, this is the day 4 outlook here for a moderate risk for flash flooding. So this could be expanding in the days ahead. So that is something to watch out for. Again, it's pretty rare for them to put a moderate risk out on day 4 of the Weather Prediction Center. So that is something we'll watch. And again, even on day 5, we're still talking about a slight risk for flash flooding again from Saturday into Sunday morning. So this will happen all the way through the rest of the week and into the weekend here. And that is something we'll definitely have to keep in mind as we go through time, guys. So yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about. Lots of flash flooding here to go around, guys. I know some of these areas do need the rainfall, but we really just don't need all the rainfall at once, and that's something here. I mean, Kansas, you definitely need the rainfall. Oklahoma, sure, yes, you need the rainfall, but not all at once, and we really don't need the rainfall in the Ohio Valley. And again, the flash flooding guidance is really, really bullish. I can show you some weather forecast models here in a moment that are showing how bullish some of the rainfall amounts are here in the Ohio Valley. So let's kind of look here at the NAM model. Let's go to the NAM model and kind of show you round after round and kind of time this out for you guys when you can expect the rainfall across the Ohio Valley from West Virginia back through Kansas, or rather West Virginia back into Kentucky, and then to portions there of Tennessee as we move through the next few days. So kind of moving through the evening here tonight, pretty quiet across portions of Kentucky. I know the NAM model tries to put some storms into your area and the portions of southern Indiana, the Kentucky area, and West Virginia overnight. While it's possible, I don't think it's as widespread as what this model is showing. So maybe a little more isolated, nature of these storms here. I don't think the low-level jet is really energetic enough tonight to really produce a complex of storms across the Ohio Valley. But that will change in a big way as we get a little bit farther here in the next few days. So that is something to watch as well. Megan says there's a flash flood threat here too. Yeah, very expansive across the United States, Megan. So yeah, that is something, again, not just localized. This is a widespread threat for flash flooding. Robert says, welcome everyone. Yeah, thank you, Robert. Definitely appreciate it. Eagle Horse says, lightning is so beautiful. Yeah, you are definitely correct. Tomorrow will be exciting. Why do you say that, Eagle? Why do you say that? Again, thank you guys for joining the live stream here this evening, talking about flash flooding. Again, I didn't realize I was going to, go, I wasn't expecting to go live, but I really felt like, hey, there's a few days in a row of moderate risk for flash flooding, and people really need to know this information. So I figured, hey, why not? I'm not doing much tonight. Let's actually kind of, do a live stream and kind of keep everybody out of harm's way, and that's exactly what we're doing here this evening, guys. So if you guys have not liked the live stream down below or subscribed, definitely would be much appreciated, guys. We're up to 457. Our goal is 500 still. We really need to get to that 500 here. That would be pretty sweet, guys. So thank you very much. Again, as we move through the rest of the overnight hours, we got to kind of, again, disregard, I think, this complex of storms developing here into Wednesday morning. I don't think it will be this widespread. I've been going over model data all day, and I don't really think, again, take this kind of in a grain of salt right now. I think this is more of an isolated threat here for flash flooding into the overnight hours. But as we get into Wednesday afternoon, that does change. I do agree with the widespread nature of the showers and storms tomorrow afternoon. And the reason why I say that is because look at the low-level jet as we kind of get into the late tomorrow afternoon, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. We have low-level jet of about 30 to 40-plus knots across Kentucky, portions of, Indiana here and into Ohio. And that will kind of feed all that moisture up from the south, meeting some of that cooler air with that incoming cold front and that stationary boundary kind of sitting down across the mid-south here, the Tennessee Valley and Ohio Valley, and squeeze this moisture out as we get toward that time frame here as well. So that is something to watch as we get a little bit closer. Eagle says more whirlwinds. Oh, that's what you're looking forward to tomorrow, huh? Robert says low-level jet took the night off, going to be busy the next couple days. Yes, the low-level jet did take the night off tonight, but it will be cranking up as we head through the next few days. That is for certain. Let's see here. Robert says West Virginia. Yes, West Virginia, you guys are definitely squarely in that moderate risk the next few days. So definitely, again, I'm really worried because the Smoky Mountains are down here, the Appalachian chain's down here as well with the Appalachian Mountains, and just a lot of hilly terrain just in general. So I'm very concerned about West Virginia and Kentucky and even parts of Tennessee. Melissa says the websites give vague answers to the local risks. Live forecast is so much better. Well, thank you very much, Melissa. I hope this helps you out here this evening. Definitely much appreciated. Again, if you guys have not liked the live stream, liking it up would have more people on the live stream with us this evening and definitely would get the word out to more people. So definitely like it up down below, and that is much appreciated. Robert says, yes, it is, Melissa. Yes, definitely is. I definitely agree. We all agree with you, Melissa, that it is better on the live stream here than kind of looking for answers out there. That is for sure. I have all the answers you guys need. Again, I will have another video for you guys in the morning. So again, you guys will not be, caught off guard by this. We will be nailing this down here the next several days and the timing of all these waves of showers and storms as they move through these areas through the next several days. So that's what we can expect tomorrow afternoon, kind of another wave of some organized heavy rainfall. It looks to pinpoint areas across West Virginia into Kentucky, and that's why the Weather Prediction Center has that moderate risk across those areas, because the signal is there for heavy rain in those areas as well. Then we'll kind of have a little bit of a lull and then another kind of round of more isolated to scattered to widely scattered type showers and storms from portions of New England getting back down here again into Kentucky and Tennessee. Particularly north of Nashville and north of Knoxville as we head here into your Wednesday afternoon and overnight time frame. And then as we move into Thursday, again, Thursday looks like the wettest day, and that's why actually the Weather Prediction Center has a widespread moderate risk here, as widespread as it is across almost the entire state of Kentucky. Because look, guys, this is mid to late afternoon on your Thursday, July 28th, and we're talking about widespread heavy rainfall from portions of southern Ohio, southeastern Indiana through entire state of Kentucky here into portions of northern and northwestern Tennessee, and this will just continue to spread east. A very strong low-level jet will start to feed into this here as we head into Thursday overnight. Again, you can see, again, another 30 to 40 knots worth of that low-level jet here, just enough to pump in that moisture from the south and southwest to give this area here kind of a wash rag, if you will, for moisture kind of getting wrung out in this area. That is for sure. Eagle, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Let's see here. Today told us it's all possible everywhere, the smallest supercells. You'll have to kind of elaborate on more what you're talking about, because I'm not too sure. I'm sorry about that. I'm not too sure what you're talking about right now. So kind of give me a little bit more clarity on that, and I'll let you know. Yeah, we got some more heavy rainfall across portions of Charleston, West Virginia, down through portions of Kentucky, and this time including portions of Knoxville, Tennessee, as we move into the overnight hours again. And then look at this, guys. Again, the beat goes on into Friday. A little more widespread, I think, down into Tennessee Valley here on Friday. Portions of the Ohio Valley, particularly the southern Great Lakes, maybe up towards portions of Indianapolis, Columbus, Ohio. These areas will kind of get a little bit of a break. But again, we'll still have to watch this again as we move through the next several days, and that will just continue into the weekend. So putting this all together on the NAM model, look at the total rainfall, guys. Yeah, we're seeing some blues in here, and that's 7 inches, guys. So where you see the blues, that's 7 inches. Where you see the purples, that's at least 4 or 5 inches of rain. And yeah, that is centered across much of Kentucky, northern Tennessee, as well as much of southern and western portions of West Virginia. Very concerned about this area for flash flooding as we move a little farther along. That is for sure. And again, this is one model run, so you can't put all your money in the bank on this, but we'll definitely continue to watch it again. The NAMNIS model is very similar as well, and actually is a little bit more higher resolution. And look at all of the blues here, guys. This is showing, I'm putting my kind of cursor right over this, and it's showing 9.26 inches over the Charleston, West Virginia area through the next, all the way through Friday at midday. So the next few days, some of these areas could be approaching 10 inches of rain, guys. This is ridiculous, and this is something, again, these are one of these kind of setups that is probably like, you see flash flooding on the TV and you're like, wow, this will never happen in my area. But really, there could be some areas that could have life-threatening flash flooding from West Virginia back into Kentucky as we head through this week, and even central Kentucky. Some of these areas, I'm putting my cursor over this as well, 8.44 inches here on this weather model here. You got about 7.21. So, yeah, some widespread 4 to 7 inches of rain can be expected here across downstate portions there of Indiana, back towards southern Illinois. Again, some areas even into the far southern tip of Illinois there, almost 7.5 inches with this model as well. And even looking at the Canadian weather model, much of the same here. You see the blues here across those very same areas. The European forecast model, very similar, as well as the GFS. So there's a lot of high confidence in that, and that is why the Weather Prediction Center did actually hoist that moderate risk for flash flooding for several days in a row across these very areas. Robert says, did they have a tornado outbreak in Colorado today? I seen they had 9 of them today. Wow. We were just talking about this earlier, and other YouTubers and, maybe some people out there refer to it, I think, as a tornado outbreak. Again, theoretically, it is. Because if you had 9 tornadoes, reported across those areas, then yes, that would probably qualify as a tornado outbreak. But in my opinion, I really don't think in my textbook I would call this a tornado outbreak across eastern Colorado, and I'll tell you why. Is because if that was just 1 or 2 thunderstorms just producing, tornadoes that, are on the ground for 2 minutes and they lift back up and then they recycle and then they produce another tornado with that same thunderstorm, and they lift back up and repeat that same process over and over again, to me, it really doesn't seem like a tornado outbreak. I think usually, at least the way I think of it, is that a tornado outbreak should be characterized as more than 2 storms producing tornadoes separately, than just one storm, dropping a brief tornado and then lifting back up and then dropping another one 5 minutes later. So that's just my opinion, guys. You don't have to agree with it. I just think that really a tornado outbreak should technically be multiple supercells over a decent dense area here, with 10 tornadoes separately and all that. That's what I think, at least, of a tornado outbreak. Again, you don't have to agree with me, but that's just kind of my thoughts on it, since you asked the question. So Melissa says, which direction do you believe it will move, northeast or etc.? Are you talking about the flash flooding? These storms will be moving over the same areas. They will be moving from west to east consistently through the week. All these waves of showers and storms will be moving right along. There's going to be a stationary boundary across the Central Plains, the Missouri Ozarks, and the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley, and ever so slightly this may start to shift south through the week. And the only reason it's going to do that is because, as I was mentioning in my video, we're going to have an upper level trough up here, and what the troughs do is bring cooler weather down. So as far as as this trough kind of moves over Ontario and into Quebec here through the next few days, it will send a strong cold front here across the upper Midwest and Great Lakes again. And once this happens, it'll actually start to nudge that kind of system a little farther south. So areas like Oklahoma, Kansas, even as far south as maybe North Texas. We'll have to wait and see. But I think Texas Panhandle is a better shot, as well as Oklahoma towards Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and into Arkansas for some rainfall as this front gets pushed a little farther south in the days to come. Robert says, West Virginia, new name going to be Wet and Wild from Wild and Wonderful. Yeah, well, West Virginia is a beautiful state. I've been there. I've been through there at least once. I've driven through West Virginia. Very beautiful areas, very mountainous kind of terrain. The terrain there is a lot of hills and stuff. You got the Smoky Mountains down in Tennessee as well. You got the Appalachian chain right through there. So yeah, it's a beautiful spot to be. It's just when you have flash flooding, it really puts a damper on things, especially when you're trying to drive through these areas. Again, you do not want to drive through flooded roadways. I want to stress this, and I cannot stress this very much here, or any clearer, guys. We've seen far too many deaths in flooding events again, this year and just in previous years, and the only reason this happens for the most part, guys, is because people drive through flooded roadways and there's no reason for it. We don't need that. You can find an alternate route. People do not have to drive through flooded roadways during the day or at night. There's no reason for it. There is always a detour, and definitely again, there's no reason for it. So again, turn around, don't drown, guys. That's what all the meteorologists say out there. Again, we do not need any more flooding issues with people drowning in flood stuff like that. Again, if you guys haven't seen what St. Louis looked like, you guys can look it up. It's probably all over Twitter. I have a if you look on my Twitter page, guys, My Twitter handle is down below in the description. Click on that and follow me on Twitter. You can see I posted one picture on there. I retweeted it, actually. I retweeted a picture from the St. Louis area. Cars submerged in water, feet and feet high. So, yeah, this is what we're concerned about across this area, and that's why I'm doing the live stream here this evening. Guys, if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, we're up to 457. Thank you for all the likes. We're almost to 20 likes this evening, guys. If we can hit 500 subscribers this evening, that would mean the world to me, guys. So if you guys have not pressed the subscribe button and you are watching me right now, all 24 of you guys, if you guys are not subscribed to the YouTube channel that are watching right now, please press the subscribe button. You got to only do it once, and that's all you have to do, guys. I definitely appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel. Again, that means the world to me. Let's see here in the chat. Again, I will get to everybody's chat. Again, the live chat's always open here, guys. You guys have great questions, and I'll always be answering them for you. I'll answer everybody's questions. Melissa says, the one in Kentucky and southern Indiana. Southern Indiana, you look to be in line. Let me go to the European model, because this is, or actually, let's see here. The wrap model. Let's see how far this goes out. Going through Thursday evening, southern Indiana, you guys are averaging around 2 inches of rain. So Evansville on up towards portions of the southern end there of Indianapolis. Yeah, most of these areas will be averaging around 2 inches of rain through at least Thursday evening. And again, there's going to be additional rain after that. So that is something to watch as well. You also mentioned Kentucky, I believe. So let's see here. And yeah, Kentucky looks to get the brunt of this, as well as portions of West Virginia. If you live in eastern Kentucky, some of these areas could see all the way through Thursday an additional 2 to 5 inches of rain. Portions of West Virginia could see up to around 6 inches of rain between now and Thursday. And again, 6 inches of rain between now and Thursday, guys. We're almost to Wednesday. That's 2 days, and we're getting 6 inches of rain. That's about 3 inches per day. So that's pretty ridiculous with these rainfall totals as we kind of move along as well. Robert says, do you think the hurricane season is going to be a condensed season, being that no hurricanes so far? Yeah, Robert, stay tuned. I will be going over the hurricane season as well. We are seeing a tropical system, actually Tropical Storm Frank, spinning across the eastern Pacific Basin. We'll get to here in just a moment, guys. I promise you guys that. Yeah, we'll talk about that, Robert, here in just a moment. And again, I'll have more updates for you guys regarding the tropical weather update, the tropics and all that here in my video. If I don't post it in my morning video, I probably will have a tropical weather update in the afternoon tomorrow, so do stay tuned for that as well. I'll talk about it a little bit on here as well, so don't go too far here. Maximus says, is Kentucky looking at the possibility of severe thunderstorms and tornadoes? Yeah, speaking of severe weather across Kentucky, we are talking about a marginal risk as we head through the day tomorrow. Very broad brushed area of a marginal risk from the mid-Atlantic all the way back through virtually almost the entire Ohio Valley, getting back toward downstate Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, getting all the way back here in the Missouri Ozarks. Again, this is pretty much lower end threat. Again, we're seeing a less than 2% chance of tornadoes in that area, but 2% chance of tornadoes is standing still right now for northwestern Kansas, northeastern Colorado, and portions of southwestern Nebraska as we head into tomorrow. So we'll have to watch that, but mainly just a wind and hail threat across those areas into Kentucky as we kind of move a little bit farther. So if you are looking at Kentucky, yeah, just mainly just a damaging wind and hail threat. But I really think the severe weather threat is not going to be that big of a deal across the Ohio Valley, considering we have, I think the flash flooding threat is going to be more of the big deal across those areas. So that's kind of what we're watching here as we get a little bit farther through. Robert says lots of coverts going to be washed out here in West Virginia. I definitely that's the least that could happen. I honestly, with these rainfall totals, this is pretty significant, guys. Again, the Weather Prediction Center, I'll go right back to it here for tomorrow. For tomorrow, guys, this is the outlook for tomorrow for flash flooding. Again, in the green area, that's at least a 5% chance of flash flooding in isolated instances. Once you get up to the yellow, which is a slight risk for flash flooding here, that's at least a 15% chance. And that also means 15% coverage in that slight risk area, again, for portions of Arizona, even New Mexico, southern Colorado, southern Utah. Some of these areas could be talking about, scattered flash flooding, 15% coverage across those areas. And then once you get in the red coloring here, that moderate risk of flash flooding, and it's pretty uncommon. It doesn't happen very often across Charleston, West Virginia, and much of southern and western West Virginia into eastern Kentucky. There, that is at least a 40% coverage. So that means 40% of you in that moderate risk area will likely see some sort of flash flooding as we go through here the day tomorrow. So that is something to watch. Again, 40% of you could be under a flash flash flood warning at some point in the day tomorrow into Thursday morning. Then as we kind of move into that Thursday timeframe, we got two separate moderate risk areas. We got one across southeastern Colorado, and then we got a large moderate risk stretching from the Charleston, West Virginia area all the way through almost the entire state of Kentucky as we head here into your Thursday afternoon and into Friday morning. So this is very significant, and I think this is the most significant day out of all of them here. And if there were to be a high risk for flash flooding, which would mean at least 70% chance, I think the bullseye would be across eastern Kentucky as we head into Thursday. So we'll continue to watch this again as we move a little bit farther along, because there is a potential for a high risk. Again, high risk for flash flooding is extremely rare. It's almost as rare as a high risk for severe weather. So if you are under a high risk for flash flooding, take this like severe weather and heed the warnings, because flash flood warnings and high risk and even moderate risk days for flash flooding are just as dangerous as they could be for severe weather as well. So do heed the warnings out there as well. Apple says hello, and and Robert says hi, Apple. Hello, Apple. Thank you for joining the live stream. If you have not subscribed, definitely press the subscribe button. And that goes for anybody here joining the live stream or have been on here. If you guys love what I'm doing on here, just definitely press the like button. It's that thumbs up button. And subscribe, guys. Our goal is 500. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Again, we're only, I think, 32 away. We're only 42 subscribers, or sorry, 42. We're 42 subscribers away from 500, guys. So if you guys would definitely help out, it'd be much appreciated on the live stream. Again, pressing that subscribe button, all you guys got to do is press it one time, and again, then you really help out in getting to 500 subscribers, and again, that's very much appreciated. You got a new daily weather forecast video coming your way again, so we'll be getting to that tomorrow as well. So somebody was talking about, I think it was Robert, he was asking about the hurricane season, so let's get into that. Right now, what you're looking at is a couple different things, and I'll show you here. The first of one is, sticks out like a sore thumb. This is Tropical Storm Frank, and you can see that clearly spinning across the Eastern Pacific Basin right now. Very strong convection here with kind of, you're not seeing an eye wall or anything like that right now, just kind of a lower end tropical storm. You can see kind of the, maroon colors there, the grays and whites. That is kind of the taller convection near the center of low pressure there. That is, that's Tropical Storm Frank. So that is what we're watching there. To the northwest of that is also a system as well that the National Hurricane Center is actually monitoring for at least a 50% chance of development over the next several days, over the next 48 hours to 2 to 5 days time frame, for the potential of another tropical depression or a tropical storm across this area that will push to the north and west as well, just ahead of Tropical Storm Frank. And also what you're seeing across western Mexico there on kind of the land is just all of that moisture moving up, and that is part of that monsoon season for the southwestern U.S. That is what you're seeing across these areas as well. Thank you guys for joining this evening. Definitely much appreciated. Yeah, we're talking about a bunch of different things. Again, I don't want to steal the thunder too much from my forecast video, but yeah, we got some cool weather content coming your way, guys. I know you definitely if you guys loved my video, if any of you guys watched my video this morning, how did you like the breakdown of that heat wave moving toward early August? Did you guys kind of like me breaking down kind of the hemispheric pattern of why we're seeing that with like the ridge collapsing over the Pacific Northwest here into the middle of the country and all that stuff? Just let me know, guys. I want some feedback. Do you guys like me breaking down my weather videos? Do you like longer weather videos here in my morning videos, or do you guys like shorter weather videos? Everybody that watches my videos in the live stream right now or wants to watch my videos in the future, the ones that have watched them already, do you guys like long weather forecast videos where I break it down here and really make it complex and show you the atmosphere from the top down, or do you like just general overall overview of the weather with not much of a breakdown? Let me know down in the live chat. Definitely would be much appreciated. Hey, Hope, how are you doing? Hope says, not bad. I'm just a little tired. Yeah, we're all tired, especially, it's a work day, Tuesday evening out here, and it's, almost 10:30 Central Time here, at least where I live. I live in Northern Illinois, so that's what it is here. Again, guys, if you guys have not subscribed or liked it down below, definitely much appreciated, guys. You guys are awesome. We're up to 25 likes already. You guys are awesome, really. If you guys can get me to 40 likes, let's try and get to 40 likes by 10:30, guys. We have 5 minutes to do so. Let's see if we can get it, guys. Get up to 40 likes. You guys would rock. Again, thank you for all the new subscribers out there already here this evening. Definitely appreciated. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for becoming, weather on the go people as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is kind of what we're looking at. And looking at Tropical Storm Frank here in particular, we got that tropical storm status. Right now, it's maximum sustained wind at 40 miles an hour. This is moving west, so due west at 12 miles per hour. This will start to turn more west-northwest and then eventually northwest and become a hurricane or a strong tropical storm as we get towards, the Friday afternoon time frame. And then as we get into the weekend, all indications are this at least becomes a Category 1, if not a Category 2 hurricane. So this will turn into Hurricane Frank as we kind of move in towards the weekend time frame. So that'll watch as we get a little bit closer. That is for sure. Again, this could be changing a little bit, but right now all indications are this could be dropping down to around 991 millibars in there about for low pressure. That would kind of correlate to at least a Category 1 hurricane, if not a Category 2. So that would be something to watch. So at least by this weekend, that's kind of what we're seeing. This will be over open water, so not really affecting anything. Maybe some wave action off the Baja of California again, but nothing too significant. Now back to the heat, guys. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook here from the Climate Prediction Center for August 1st through the 5th. Nearly certain, if not a certainty, of above normal temperatures across the middle of the country here, from especially western Iowa, northeastern Nebraska, and southeastern South Dakota, and really just covering much of the upper Midwest, central and southern plains, northern plains. Where you see the cooler anomalies across Alaska, that's what's troughing here. And when you see troughing with below normal temperatures in Alaska, you can definitely bet you'll be seeing some widespread heat across the main part of the United States, across the central plains and that as well. Where you also see in the desert Southwest around portions of Arizona, southern California, getting up into the Las Vegas area, southern portions of Utah, western New Mexico. The slightly below normal temperatures are favored there during the first week in August, and that is due to the fact that we're going to have a very strong push of moisture with all of that monsoonal weather down there here. So that is kind of what we're seeing. And then again, with that trough across Alaska and then kind of digging its way down in the Pacific Northwest, that is why you're seeing that below normal temperature anomalies across Portland, Oregon, and getting up towards, the Seattle area as well, and that probably even extends up into British Columbia, Canada, as we kind of move into this, first week in August. So that is something to watch as well. And also for all you Canadians out there, if there's any Canadians here in the live stream, Canada, if you live in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Ontario, and perhaps even southwestern or southern Quebec, I do expect at least slightly above normal temperatures for your area as we kind of move towards that first week in August as well. So not just limited to the United States, guys. This will be up into portions of southern and southeastern Canada. I do think the active storm track will remain to the north. And let's look at the precipitation here. With this underneath that ridge, much of the same. Where have we saw this before, guys? Texas is dry, Oklahoma and Kansas is dry, western portions of Missouri getting up toward Iowa and Nebraska. Again, much of these areas will be below normal precipitation for that first week or so of August. But look at how strong the monsoonal season will be across the the west coast and portions there of the desert Southwest. Utah, much of Utah, Nevada, down towards Las Vegas, northern portions of Arizona. You guys are right in that bullseye for at least a 50 to 60% chance, probability of some well above normal precipitation during this period from August 1st through the 5th. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. So that is something to note as well. A little bit of an above normal anomaly across the mid-Atlantic and also the eastern portions of the Tennessee Valley. That is just kind of lingering effects of what looks to be a soggy, if not life-threatening, flash flooding threat across that area here the next few days. Robert says, this weatherman good. Woo woo. Thank you very much. Definitely appreciate it, Robert. You are awesome as well. Thank you very much for making the chat so much fun. Again, thank all of you guys for joining the chat. Thank you, Hope. Thank you, Robert. Apple. Thank you to, let's see who else is here. Maximus Wolfhard as well. Thank you to Melissa. Thank you to Eagle. Thank you as well to Megan and Christian, Tamantha. Thank you all. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Mia and Neil. Thank you all for watching the live stream and being very interactive here in the live chat. Again, the live chat is open to anyone and everyone. That is all for all of my live streams. Again, guys, you guys will always be able to chat with me here on the live chat every time we do a live stream. So that is very much fun. Again, thank you all for also commenting on all my videos here in the morning hours. Definitely very special. Thank you guys very much for doing that as well. And also, to all the new subscribers out there during this live stream and during my videos as well. You guys are all awesome. Thank you guys for building my channel. Again, I couldn't do it without you. You guys are awesome. And again, you guys rock. So as we even move a little bit farther toward the 9th of August, look at the staying power this heat has. And we're still watching those features. We got the monsoon continuing across Arizona. We also still have a that trough across the Pacific Northwest and also up in towards British Columbia as well. Just look at the above normal temperature anomalies across the Midwest, the Ohio Valley. So yes, you're cooler right now across the Midwest, but it is not going to stay that way as we move farther along. And again, where you can expect all that heat, you can expect the dry weather as well, and that's what we're seeing again. Below normal precipitation across much of Kansas, Missouri, and into the Illinois Valley and Midwest, and even portions of New England as we get into that August 3rd through the 9th time frame. So what I'm saying right now, it is very critical. It's very critical that we receive rainfall that is forecast across portions of Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma over the next several days, because if we don't see much rainfall, which I mean, the opposite is true. I think we'll see a lot of rainfall, but if we don't, and doesn't verify like the forecast models are showing, then we could be in for a long-lived drought. I mean, it's already long-lived across this area, but it's gonna get a lot worse if we don't, live up to the expectations of all this rainfall the next few days. But look at the monsoon season continuing across much of Southern California, the Las Vegas area, getting farther north towards northeastern portions and eastern Nevada, all the way up into southern Idaho there, perhaps even up into Wyoming, with that monsoon season just really expanding across the western United States here with all that moisture kind of over top of that ridge. And I also did want to mention this to you guys. If you guys are kind of meteorologists out there as well, kind of doing what I do, kind of looking at weather models as well, I did kind of want to mention this to you guys as well if you guys weren't aware. See kind of the below normal below normal precipitation anomalies here on the Climate Prediction Center's forecast across, Kansas, up toward Kansas City, Missouri here. That's because of that ridge, right? Well, we got that monsoon across the southwestern United States, correct? So what a lot of meteorologists would look at this here just kind of with the naked eye and say, well, we're not going to see a lot of moisture up into portions of the upper Midwest. It just says near normal. So we'll have some, but we don't have any flooding rains. Well, while that is true, I do also think that this monsoonal moisture, like we've seen all July long, as we move into even early August through the 9th time frame, some of this monsoonal moisture moving up through western Mexico and into portions of the western and southwestern United States will actually get fed up around this ridge. And again, we still have to watch some of that storm cluster activity across wherever it sets up, southern Canada and toward Ontario, or will it set up farther south across the northern plains, upper Midwest, and Great Lakes? Remains to be seen. But I still think the pattern still favors that, with that monsoonal moisture kind of being fetched up and over top of this ridge. And a lot of the ensemble members from the EPS, which is kind of the ensemble to the European forecast model, and then the GEFS and the GEPS, which is kind of an ensemble to the GFS, they really start hinting at this, especially as we get toward that second week in August, at some storm clusters trying to drive their way south again with severe weather potentially as we get toward that time frame. Now, it's very hard to say whether we're going to have, a derecho or all that stuff. That's too far out to say, but again, we can always look at the pattern and see if it's conducive to one. And again, I'll be kind of looking at this a little further in my videos to come up as well. Apple says, whether I have a question, where are water spouts are likely to happen in the United States? Very good question. Water spouts usually happen in the United States, really anywhere from the Gulf to the Atlantic to the Pacific, but really the most likely area that has really had water spouts, I think, would be off the coast of Florida. I think really that the Florida and the Carolinas are pretty active with it when it comes to water spouts across those areas, at least the last few years. So I'm not too familiar with water spouts because water spouts, believe it or not, are pretty rare. They don't happen very often, but when they do, they're pretty awesome. But they also can do some damage. If you're out there boating and you see a water spout, treat it like a tornado, because they can actually overturn your boat. I mean, this is virtually a tornado over water. That's literally what it is. So it still has some strong winds with it, that is for sure. Again, guys, thanks for joining the live stream. We got 47 people. If all 47 of you guys would press the like button down below, and also all of you subscribe, we'd probably be at 500 right now. So, guys, if you guys would take the time right now to press that like button and subscribe down below and try to get me to 500, that would be much appreciated this evening. Again, thank you guys for joining the live stream this evening, just talking about various things. Again, we will have Weather Wednesday tomorrow. If you guys want to join me again, we're doing this thing called Weather Wednesdays every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. or 5:30. We'll start tomorrow at 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time for an hour or two to talk about the upcoming pattern again and all the updates that go along with that. Bring your questions, guys, tomorrow as well, because we'll be very interactive here on the live stream tomorrow with the Weather Wednesdays. I always like Weather Wednesdays, lots of fun, and that is something I always look forward to. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning, so we did have a little bit of a quiet weather, across the United States just recently, but now we have a new warning. This is across southeastern portions of Colorado, very same areas that actually saw the tornadoes earlier. This is La Junta area here into southeastern Colorado. This is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. The storm's moving southeast at 20 miles an hour near the Rocky Ford area, or 11 miles northwest of La Junta here. La Junta, North La Junta, as well as Rocky Ford, Ordway, Swink, Cheraw, as well as Crowley. All these areas in Oklahoma do heed the warning against 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. This warning is in effect here until 10:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, pushing mainly over open areas, but still every once in a while these kind of move over some cities here as well into southeastern portions of Colorado. And again, just some garden variety type showers and storms across portions of the UP of Michigan, northern Wisconsin, and then some heavy rainfall as I zoom in here south of the Twin Cities, between the Twin Cities and Rochester, some heavy rainfall. I put the lightning on here for you guys as well. There's some decent lightning, but not nearly as much lightning as what we saw with all that storm action here across some of these areas with that, MCSs or, mesoscale convective systems as well the last few days. So again, Apple, to answer your question, mainly just Florida and the Carolinas. Probably just that water spout. It's a good question, though. That's a good question. Hope says, I got to go. See you tomorrow. Be safe, all. Yeah, if you want to join the Weather Wednesday, Hope, definitely, if you're still in the live stream, definitely join it tomorrow. Again, 5 p.m. Central Daylight Times. Definitely join. It'll be lots of fun. Robert says, good night, Hope. Yeah, good night, Hope. Hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. Melissa says, we'll be there. Love the updates. Yeah, you're welcome, Melissa. I definitely like you guys also joining. Thank you for joining this evening, Melissa. You didn't have to. Thank you very much. Definitely appreciate you joining the live stream. Thank you all for joining the live stream this evening. Makes it lots of fun out there. So again, guys, I think we'll probably be live till about 11 p.m. here or so, or thereabout, maybe a little bit, longer than that. We'll see. I think at 11 o'clock, we might start to wrap this up because I got to get a video out to you guys here in the morning, just kind of wanting to update you guys on the flash flooding potential, which we very strongly, we strongly agree on here that, we're going to be seeing some life-threatening flash flooding potentially across these areas as well. Now, getting back to Robert about how active it will be across the Atlantic. Right now in the Atlantic, we're actually seeing, no tropical cyclones, no tropical systems or anything across the Atlantic, the Caribbean, or the Gulf. And that really just continues through the next 5 days. And that's just what I'm saying. All of these kind of waves of moisture and waves of kind of, energy coming off the African coast, really just with a strong high pressure system centered across the central Atlantic has really just been so dominant and sometimes these are very hard to predict as well. They can be very kind of slow to move. That is for sure. And the reason is we got kind of a little bit of a blocking pattern sometimes with these. And what these do is just when we have a blocking pattern with the high pressure system, and this from ridges across the United States, it's happening right now. Not a blocking pattern, but with the ridges across portions of the southern U.S. that they don't like to move very much. And when they do, they just pivot back, west, south, east, and north. They don't move very much. So it takes a lot to kind of move these, and that really looks to be the same case at least through the next week in the Atlantic. So I very much think that a lot of these waves that come off of Africa here, I'll kind of put the satellite imagery over the entire Atlantic basin for you guys to look at here. Look at this here. So here, this is exactly what I wanted to show you guys regarding the hurricane season. You see, there's not a lot of convection or thunderstorm activity across the central Atlantic or the southwestern Atlantic, and that is all due to that high pressure system just remaining very dominant across the central Atlantic basin. Now, what I see for any changes out there is look at this feature here coming off of the eastern U.S. See this feature that's kind of moving toward the high pressure system that's saying, hey, I don't want to, back off. I kind of want to fight you a little bit, with the high pressure system, like kind of fighting the air masses. Underneath high pressure systems, you get the drier air, and then you got all the moisture with the low pressure system moving off the eastern United States. So you kind of have the battle of air masses, and which one will win out? It's hard to say, but I do think probably the high pressure system, since it's been there so long, will probably kind of win out this as well. Graham Cracker, thank you for joining. Definitely appreciate it. I don't think you have to put on a helmet. There's only one severe thunderstorm warning in the United States, and that's in southeastern Colorado right now. So I think you're fine this evening. We're not talking about any moderate or high risk or anything like that today. We did have tornadoes earlier across eastern Colorado. I think there was reported, I think Robert said 9 confirmed tornadoes across those areas. Well, at least reports. They will be surveying the damage to see whether or not it was actually 9 tornadoes. So that number could be going up or down in the next couple days. So that's something we'll monitor as well. Christian asks, weather on the go, do you have roadblocks? No, I do not. I do not have that. Quite honestly, I don't even know what that is. I don't know if it's just because I'm old school or what. I say I'm old school, but I'm only 21 years old. I actually turned 22 here in November this year, so a few months away from my birthday, guys. And you know what's pretty cool? What I want for my birthday is 1,000 subscribers. I'm just playing with you guys. No, I'm just teasing you guys. It'd be amazing to get to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, I did start this channel in late February, and it's really taken off thanks to you guys. You guys are amazing, and again, I couldn't thank you guys enough. And I'll keep thanking you endlessly because you guys are amazing. You guys are one of the best YouTube audiences I could ever ask to be on for my live streams and also watch my videos and like my videos and all that stuff. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. So that's kind of what we're seeing. All these waves coming off of Africa just kind of going up and around this high pressure system. In a high pressure system, you see a lot of, cyclonic flow, I guess you could say, is what, or you see a lot of, not cyclonic, but clockwise flow. So you see a lot of clockwise, airflow across the, portions around this high pressure system. And that's kind of what we're seeing as well. When's the steady rain going to start for West Virginia? Robert's asking that. Let's see here. Well, right now on the radar, West Virginia, you're actually seeing some steady rain across the White Sulphur Springs area and south along the I-64 corridor and just mainly to the north near Falling Spring, Rennell, Richwood, Marlinton, those areas. Charleston, West Virginia, maybe a couple sprinkles and showers. Let's see if there's any lightning on this. There's not. So no, just kind of some lighter showers to your west. Nothing too, that'll cause flash flooding. We're watching back well to the west. You see all this rainfall here across the Missouri Valley. That will all be propagating eastward, and that will be your rainfall for tomorrow. So your question specifically is when will we get the steadier rains here in West Virginia? Let's take a look at that here. Reflectivity, let's see if this is the newest. This is the 2Z. So this is the newest HRRR, the most updated. Probably, I think, as you get into West Virginia, as we head toward midday tomorrow. Midday tomorrow into the afternoon hours, especially early to mid-afternoon tomorrow, it's going to get pretty wet across portions of West Virginia, that is for sure. I don't think there's a tsunami watch for Lake Michigan because A, there hasn't been a earthquake, and B, I just don't think so. I like your humor, though. Definitely appreciate that. But yeah, we got early to mid-afternoon tomorrow. Just look at that. Multiple rounds. You could have one round around midday to the early afternoon. Second round comes in during the mid-afternoon hours as well behind that. And then right behind that again, another round during the late afternoon and early evening. So you could virtually have about 2 or 3 different rounds of heavy rain come over that same, move over that same area in West Virginia through the day tomorrow. And again, that's not just for West Virginia, portions of eastern Kentucky as well as, Ohio in line for this. But it looks like West Virginia might be the day tomorrow that gets the hardest, the state tomorrow that gets the hardest hit by this, heavy rainfall threat. Robert says, okay, thanks. I'm just south of Charleston, West Virginia. Thank you. You're south of Charleston, West Virginia. So The first round might hit you or it might not, but the second and third round will definitely hit you across south of West Virginia or south of Charleston. The first round might go right over Charleston and just north, but it's very tough to say because this model run will be updating the next few runs. It always updates every hour, so we'll just continue to watch it for you. Melissa says, when do you say Frank is expected to become a hurricane? This weekend, I think either Friday evening or Saturday morning this weekend, it'll become a hurricane. So it'll be Hurricane Frank by Saturday, maybe even Friday evening at the latest or at the earliest. No, you're not causing any repeats at all. I definitely appreciate all your questions. That's why we're here, guys, to answer all your questions. Again, you don't bum me out or anything by doing any repeats or anything like that. Again, if you guys ask me the same question 7 times, I'll give you guys the same answer. I mean, I'm not going to say no. I just want to give you guys all the information you guys need to stay safe out there. So much appreciated. That's the least I can do for you guys liking my live stream and subscribing is to answer all your questions. Again, very good questions out there. Even you, Melissa, very good questions. Robert says, LOL, Graham. Yeah, that's funny. I like the humor in the chat, but I don't think there's a tsunami watch for Lake Michigan. That'd be all over Twitter and all that, I'm sure. Yeah, thank you, Robert. Everyone hit the like button, please. Thank you very much, Robert. Thank you for joining the live stream and telling everybody to help me out. Definitely appreciate it. Melissa says, thanks. You're welcome. You're very welcome, Melissa. Again, thank you guys for staying tuned here. Again, this is kind of the QPF. This is the quantitative precipitation forecast from the Weather Prediction Center. And again, they use kind of weather models and put together their own forecast here. This is on their website, the Weather Prediction Center's website again. The heaviest rainfall again for West Virginia, eastern and middle Tennessee, and east central portions of Kentucky, and maybe some heavy rain down into southern portions there of Missouri toward the foothills. That's where we can expect the heaviest rain, probably upwards of 8. Some of the forecast models are very bullish, almost up to a foot of rain, almost up to 10 inches in some of these areas. Again, that might be a little overdone, but I mean you can't rule it out. So that is something to watch. That is something to watch. I think we start to kick this front out a little bit as we get towards early next week, but there are indications that even all the way through the weekend and towards next Monday, we could even be talking about some heavy rain across those same areas, Ohio Valley into the Mid-Atlantic. So, I mean, we still might be talking about this pattern next Monday, guys. That's how much rainfall we could be talking. And then by then, you guys will probably be tired of the rainfall across Charleston, West Virginia, I think, by next Monday. That's for sure. That is for sure, guys. Christian says, I had a long tracking storm yesterday. Where was that at? Oh, Robert, you're going to bed now? Yeah, I know it's getting a little late. Like I said, I'm probably going to wrap this up around 11 o'clock. Again, thank you guys all for joining. Again, we're going to be live for just about 10 minutes longer thereabout, and about 12 minutes longer, and then we'll be ending it here, at 11 o'clock here this evening. I'll get that video out for you guys in the morning. Again, you guys have not, I think I asked earlier, but you guys might not have heard me. Anybody in the chat right now or on the live stream that watches my weather videos in the morning, can you guys give me some feedback real quick? Do you guys like longer weather videos that, that I break down with that are like 20, 25 minutes, or do you like shorter weather videos that are like 5 to 10 minutes long? Definitely pretty much, help me out with some feedback down below. That would be appreciative. Just put your feedback down here in the live chat. Again, do you like longer weather videos that I break down the weather pattern, each step of the way from the top of the atmosphere down toward the surface and just break down a bunch of stuff and why we're seeing that? The longer 20-minute video type, videos on there in the mornings? Or do you guys like the shorter videos, the 5 to 10-minute videos? Definitely give me some feedback down below. It definitely helps out so I can give you content that you guys want to see. That is kind of what I want to do. So that, guys, if you guys could comment down below your thoughts on that, definitely would be much appreciated. You want a dolphin? You got to go down to Florida, my friend, if you want a dolphin, that's for sure. Yeah, there's some dolphins down in Florida. I know that. Christian says he likes the Christian likes the longer 20, 25-minute videos. Okay, yeah, because I posted it. I was kind of nervous because I was like, I broke it down too far last night, I think, and I had like a 26-minute video or in some odd seconds on there, 26:01 or something like that. And I was like, whoa, I didn't realize how long the video was, but I was just really breaking it down for you guys because I think you guys deserve to know why we're saying that. Robert says, longer please with details. It gives us time to ask questions when they're longer. Well, thank you very much. Definitely appreciate it. I'm glad you guys like my longer, my longer detailed videos that I kind of break down the weather pattern for you guys. It wouldn't have mattered to me either anyway. I just wanted to ask you guys because, just mainly for the fact that I just want content, to make weather content that you guys want to see and not that just I want to see. I mean, I already know the weather pattern. I'm relaying the information to you. I'm the messenger, so I want to make weather content that's fun for you guys to watch, and I don't want to draw it out some half-hour video that's so long that you guys don't want to see, because for me it's a waste of time because I don't want to make a 25-minute video and then all of a sudden, people are, leaving the video after 11 minutes, and it feels like I did all that work for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like doing the work for you guys. Don't get me wrong. I love, breaking down the weather pattern for you guys. That's why I do this channel, guys. That's why I decided to do this weather channel on here, Weather on the Go, because I thought I like helping people, and I figured why not, a better place to help people learn the weather. And I know a lot about the weather, and taking meteorology classes and stuff like that. What a better way than to do it on here for you guys. So again, I don't want to make some video that's super long, like 30 minutes long, and it's drawn out. Like I said, people leave after like 10 or 11 minutes because the other half of the video still left to go. But again, that's just why I was kind of asking. Robert says, makes us feel important when you answer our questions. Well, you are important. You really are important. You're not, you really are. You guys are amazing. I definitely love my audience on here on the YouTube channel. Definitely appreciate it. Robert, Graham Cracker, Christian, all you guys, Melissa, Megan, all you guys all rock. Definitely appreciate it. Melissa says, longer videos tell more of the outcome expected. Short videos are like essays, too basic. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I thought you guys liked the longer videos, so I figured I'd just ask anyway. Robert says, why I stayed and watched your forecast. Well, thank you very much. Definitely appreciate it. Again, yeah, the morning videos, I usually do around 20 minutes. Again, I try not to make them too drawn out, too long, but sometimes the videos are so long just due to the fact that there's so much stuff talking. So if you guys see on my YouTube channel and you see a video that's 16 minutes long, there's not as much happening that week versus this morning when there's a 26-minute long video. That's 10 minutes longer than that. So that's why, because there's so much stuff to break down. And there will be videos in the future that are kind of, there's not much going on. There might be more, closer to 15 minutes rather than 20. And there might be videos that are closer to a half an hour just due to the fact that there's so much going on. And I'm just trying to break it down for you guys on the YouTube channel. So definitely that's kind of what I'm doing. Christian says, I'll promise I'll send you a comment tomorrow. Yeah, guys, definitely don't feel hesitant. If you guys watch my videos, you guys can always comment on my videos. I always answer you guys by the afternoon hours. Christian knows this best. He puts comments on my YouTube videos all the time. I answer him by the afternoon hours every single time. And again, I won't skip over your guys' comments down there on the video either, just like I do here on the live stream. So don't hesitate to put any comments here in my videos as well. I can also, if you guys have any questions there, you guys don't have to wait for my live stream later in the day. Definitely you can ask your questions during the video in the comment section down below. Again, if you guys have Twitter, and you want to follow me on Twitter, I have more weather information that is useful for you guys. The Twitter handle is down below. It's hweather420. Just click on that and follow me on Twitter. Again, and then come back to the live stream. That's all you guys need to do as well. That's pretty cool. Again, I'm trying to build my Twitter page as well, so that is pretty awesome as well. Thank you guys. Robert, that sounds pretty good right now. Actually, I like root beer floats, though. Root beer floats are one of my favorites. That's kind of like a summertime deal with me for, root beer floats. Anybody else like root beer floats? Raise your hand on here. I can't see your hands, but Christian says, thanks, man. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Again, guys, if you guys have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, Please subscribe, guys. Let's try and get to 470 this evening, and then all we need will be 30 more. If we can go over 470, that'd be awesome. But if you guys can, every one of you guys who are watching the live stream could subscribe to the YouTube channel. If we can get to 470 subscribers in the next 5 minutes before I wrap this up, that would be amazing. And then all we have to do is get to 30. Hopefully tomorrow during the Weather Wednesdays, we can get up to 30 more subscribers to hit that 500 mark. Again, the important is why I'm saying we need to get to 500 is because once we hit 500 subscribers, the YouTube algorithm actually allows me to, do a community chat, which will actually allow me to do a chat on the YouTube channel rather than just on my Twitter page. So that's why it's important to get to 500 subscribers. So we'll be doing that as well. Again, it'll be lots of fun on the community chat once I get that as well, once we get up to 500 subscribers. So again, if you guys have not pressed the subscribe button, definitely press it below. Much appreciated. Thank you guys for giving me the 30 likes this evening as well. Awesome. Melissa raising your hand. Oh, for the root beer float? Yeah, root beer float. Melissa's raising her hand for the root beer float. Have you ever had more than just root beer in your, they call it a root beer float, but I've had like a Pepsi float before too, which is not as good, obviously. You're probably going to laugh at me. Yes, I've had a Pepsi. I've ran out of root beer before, and I put ice cream in a bowl before, and I was like, I don't want to just eat the ice cream. I got to have some Pepsi or something. I got to have some root beer. But open the refrigerator, and nope, there's just Pepsi in there. So I just dropped the Pepsi in there, and it was a Pepsi float. And that was just like last week, too, so that was pretty funny. Robert says he likes root beer floats, too, it looks like. What storm report, Christian? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, let me check the storm reports from the Storm Prediction Center because I'm not sure how many tornado reports there were today. 15. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there's 15 unofficially, but there's 15 preliminary reports for tornadoes today. Most of them across eastern Colorado and southwestern portions of Nebraska. 57 wind reports, 0 significant, which means, significant wind report would be winds over 75 miles an hour. 16 hail reports, 1 of them significant, so we actually did see a hailstone of 2 inches or larger, with 88 total severe weather reports. So today was kind of one of those sneaky, kind of active severe weather days, especially across the front range of the Rockies and portions there of the plains. So that is pretty interesting. A lot of wind reports, though, around the Tennessee Valley, the Carolinas up to Virginia, and even across the western side of Florida as well, up toward the Tampa area and even portions there of northwest Florida. So that was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting severe weather day. Again, just because you have a marginal risk doesn't mean you guys can't have tornadoes tomorrow. But again, I think the highest risk across that area here, very similar to what we saw today, another 2% chance of tornadoes again tomorrow. Because again, this pattern is not going to be moving too much. So again, kind of looking at the area for potential tornadoes tomorrow, let's kind of dissect this real quick before I do go. We can see that tomorrow, again, you can see storms firing up. We might have a supercell developing as early as tomorrow morning across the western portions of Nebraska. So that'll be pretty interesting. And then as we kind of move towards the afternoon hours, you can see all these kind of storms popping up, kind of popcorn type storms. These will be popping up as we move towards the peak heating time frame, again, across the South Dakota there, especially southwestern South Dakota, much of central and western Nebraska, and then the Four Corners with all that monsoon weather. That is what we're kind of seeing as well. Christian, yeah, this is kind of like the feature radar. This is like the HRRR. This is the model, kind of what the radar could look like. All the audio is going up and down. Well, good thing I'm almost done for the night, so I can fix that problem for tomorrow's Weather Wednesdays. Again, if you guys have not heard or you guys don't know, again, that's another reason why you guys should add me on Twitter, because since I don't have the community chat yet on YouTube because we don't have 500 subscribers yet, follow me on Twitter. I've posted on there. We will be going live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time. We're going to be doing Weather Wednesdays. We've done this a couple Wednesdays ago as well, and last Wednesday. Starting at 5 p.m., usually about 5:30 every Wednesday, we'll be doing kind of a weather discussion like we are now, but a lot more detailed tomorrow with kind of respects to the flash flooding threat and just kind of the general weather pattern. We will look ahead all the way till September 1st tomorrow. So if you guys want to know the entire month of August weather forecast, we'll break it down, week by week across August. And also after I kind of break that stuff down for you guys can ask your questions here. I'll have about an half hour to hour of a kind of a Q&A, kind of question and answer type of stuff. So bring your questions again, guys. I have all the answers for you guys tomorrow, Weather Wednesdays. So don't miss it again, 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I will be going live tomorrow evening around that time. So definitely make sure all your notifications are turned on for that. That is something that is lots of fun, and again, you guys will enjoy it, I'm sure. Robert says, I found you on YouTube, sir. Yeah, thank you very much. Definitely glad you found me, and I'm glad you like the weather content on here. Again, I'll have a video tomorrow morning as well, and a Weather Wednesday starting at 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time tomorrow. Christian says, my tablet tells me that you made your video. What do you mean, this morning's video? Yeah, I made I think I published that around 8 o'clock or 8:30 this morning. I usually try to publish my videos each morning around 8 o'clock, so that's kind of what we're doing. All right, guys, it's 11 o'clock, guys. If you guys have not subscribed, press the subscribe button down below. Let's see if we can get to 470 in the next couple minutes here while I'm kind of shutting things down, and then we'll kind of talk more tomorrow here with the Weather Wednesdays, guys. So definitely join that. Again, tell your friends, tell your family, and all that here to join tomorrow evening. It's going to be lots of fun, guys. We're going to be breaking stuff down a lot more. We'll be going really into depth in the Weather Wednesdays tomorrow. So if you think my videos are awesome, just wait till you see Weather Wednesday here tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Time. Thank you guys for joining here this evening. Definitely much appreciated from Melissa, Robert, Christian here, as well as Graham Cracker. Thank you very much for joining and being interactive here on the live chat. Apple, Hope, Tamantha, as well as let's see who else is chatting here today. Maximus Wolfhart, thank you for joining, and also Eagle Horse and all the others who have joined here the live chat and the live stream here this evening. Thanks for all the likes again, guys. Thanks for growing my channel. We're almost to 500, guys. That's our new goal. All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Again, I'll have a video in the morning, and we'll have lots of fun with the weather forecast here tomorrow evening. Again, 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Do not miss it. Again, if you have not followed me on Twitter, the Twitter handle is down below. Just click on that and follow me on Twitter as well. I'll have more updates as we move into tomorrow. All right, guys, have a great Tuesday evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Look at all you've gone through, all the crazy and the bittersweet too. All the while your heart's on fire, keeping off to your own desire. Look at all you've endured, heartaches that have crushed your world.